With all the buzz around #FixTF2, I feel like an interesting question has been brought up by several people. Does Valve even have an obligation to fix TF2? I mean, TF2 is super old at this point. It's 17 years old. It was released in 2007. For reference, all of these games were released in 2007. No one expects Halo 3 or Call of Duty 4's multiplayer to be functional in this day and age. Are TF2 players just entitled brats holding onto a dead dream? Does Valve really have any obligation to fix this old, dying game? Yes, the answer is yes. This argument that Valve has no obligation to fix TF2 because of the age of the game is an actual argument I have heard several times while browsing Twitter. I of course do not have screenshots because I don't think ahead ever. But trust me, this argument does in fact exist and many people have shared it. This argument just fundamentally does not understand how consumer products work. Going once again to the example of Call of Duty 4 versus Team Fortress 2, yes, the games might have been released in the same year, but consider the difference in how you would purchase the two in this year. The only real way you can find an original copy of Call of Duty 4 is as a used game. The only sources, not withholding remakes of course, are from third party. Now compare that to purchasing TF2, where you go to Valve's own first party website they made to store their games, where you can go onto the page and see it's currently being advertised as a functional first-person multiplayer shooter. I don't care how old a product is. If I can see it on the shelf, whether that shelf be real or virtual, your product should be functional. Also, is TF2 really 17 years old? Yes, that might be its release date, but the modern incarnation of TF2 is completely different. We have hats now. I don't even know if the modern version of TF2 can run on 2007 software. I mean, the entire game was shifted from 32-bit to 64-bit in April of this year. I know that people are completely used to paying $60 every year for a new Call of Duty for no reason, but for PC games that are continually updated to keep up with modern hardware, can we please stop doing this? Well, I think enough time has passed. Time to artificially put a bigger number in front of the exact same game. Now, you might be thinking, now wait a minute here. You're talking about the game being for sale. But TF2 is free. Does that mean they have zero obligation to fix anything? And, well, that's actually a pretty good argument. If you're dumb and stupid and an idiot, you have no idea how to argue, and you're a poopy head. In order to actually have the full TF2 experience, you need to purchase TF2 Premium, which is something me and many others have. If you don't have TF2 Premium, you cannot have all the weapons in the game, and certain game modes are completely restricted to you. Not to mention the boatloads of cosmetics that continually get added to the game. Continuing to sell cosmetics while the game is borderline unplayable is incredibly immoral, and it should be illegal. It's the equivalent of a car salesman trying to get you to buy the deluxe package when they know for a fact the engine is going to break down in a week. To be clear, I understand the mentality that Valve doesn't have to maintain a 17-year-old game. But they've already made the decision. By continually adding cosmetics to the game, they are saying to us that they intend to continue supporting the game. You can either support the game or you cannot support the game. There is no secret mystery third option where you get to not support the game but also add loot boxes every year. Now Valve, I understand that you guys really like money, but try to understand, we really don't like the bot crisis. But don't worry, I have a solution that works for both of us. Sue these guys for a lot of money. Now, to many of my viewers, this might seem harsh, especially considering how many people apparently don't value art at all. But you have to understand, these people are not just ruining TF2 because it's funny. They're trying to sell people bot immunity. They're poisoning the water and selling the cure. They've tried over and over to try and stop the bots, and I just think that's the wrong approach to take. In the words of Master Splinter from the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series, during the episode in which they first fight Baxter Stockman, fight the person, not the armor. All the solutions to the bot crisis have been completely temporary because the people who are behind it don't get punished at all. If there was more stakes behind setting up bots than losing Steam Alt 587, then I think a lot less people would risk making bots in the first place. So that's what I think Valve should do in order to combat this bot crisis. But let's be real, they're probably not going to do that. But what do I think we should do as players? Well, I think we should all organize as players and start asking for a refund. The argument goes something like this. Hey, I bought these items to play a game that no longer exists. I bought these items for a game that I can no longer play. I want my money back. So yeah, that's what I think we should do. Now I'm going to ask something. I don't want you to like this video. I don't want you to subscribe to my channel. All I want is for you to share this video around, even if it's just the last 1 minute. Because in order to actually pull this off, this video needs to go places, okay?